market. And I know that everybody in the crowd was screaming Team Falcon, Team Falcon. I was actually screaming urban area. And it ended up working out wonders for us.
All right, yeah, especially here with this situation where they're going to be moving from the southeast. The circle did go slightly northwest, so the big rotations is basically the last time we're going to see those. They're going to be trying to go up on the northern side and try to take some of that terrain that could potentially be open on the northwest. The question is, are all of them going to be able to do so, or are they going to decide to do so? Donuts coming off the win here, Donuts USG. They are one of those teams that are looking like they need a big rotation.
And with them, oh man, I'm looking at this, the rotation that Damwon Kia is currently doing. I wish they would have just stayed left, because right now they're about to run into just a wall of teams that are going to be fighting with each other. Vampire Esports sees somebody from TJB. He's not going to be able to move, but guess what? Stone, being the smart player that he is, he's just destroying all those tires where that player's not going to be able to go anywhere. And here we go.
Wildcats?
What are you going to be able to do, Wildcats? We've seen what you guys can do before. I love hearing the crowd. I miss it. Here we go. RSG. Almost being able to knock somebody there from TJB, but TJB getting the angles too and being able to finish off RSG. This is huge for TJB.
Massive game for them. Maybe they're going to be able to get the rest off as well on Zhao. Question is, how are they going to do so with Bucks staring down? They have a bit of a smoke, so the utility is going to come out and it's going to work out for them. Oh, Bucks in the Hacienda compound. Huge compound, plenty of loot, so if they need to refresh their vest or helmets, they're going to be fine to do so. Now Wildcats, more rotations coming in. Damwon Kia too. Are they going to drive straight into them? And the drive-by is going to happen. They are. Forrest took some damage. Oh, Fabian's going to go down now. X-Ray, what are you able to do here for the Wildcats?
And Wildcats, I mean, they have the players behind them too. They need to be careful. They were able to get that knock, and I think that was huge. Can he get that knock? He's not. He's actually going to get third party by USG. What's happening here? Damwon Kia, though, can they secure this? We know they love those DBS. This is the perfect time for him. It does not end up working out for him. Wildcats being able to come out on top and securing some great amount of elims for them. Right now, for them, 7 elims, Avenger.
Yeah, that's a rough situation for them. Having to fight outside the blue here. They just want, both of the teams wanted the rotation now. See the minimap, it's a northern shift towards the water treatment. And that's going to be rough for the teams on the south. A lot of teams are on the south side of that big road there, 7. Let's see how they manage to get into the zone. Oh, that is Wildcats just simply in a rough situation. Yeah, and Juni, oh my God, also putting out the utility, securing that Damwon Kia. It's just mutual destruction, basically.
Yeah, the Foex from Wildcats. I think he went out a little bit too long trying to cook that grenade, and he forgot that he was playing in this zone. He ended up backfiring for him. And right now, guess what? We have another push. Enigma Galaxy. This is a team that we've currently been looking at for the past 2 matches. Are they going to be able to do anything? They're not. They're actually going to end up losing players and they decide to back off. And with this new circle, I'm intrigued to see how back-to-back is going to be able to just get inside that circle. And on top of that, I mean, Star Wars Esports, they really haven't had to do much. We haven't seen them much, but guess what? I'm pretty sure they're going to set themselves up nicely for the final one.
Yeah, the teams that are looking good, really good right now is Falcon, it's Soul, his 4 rivals. Enigma Galaxy in a huge fight here with Vampire Esports, taking down Fluke. Let's see how many more he can get. Oh, it's going to be found. That is so unfortunate. Lord goes down, and that is Enigma Galaxy out in 16th. And now, the coming minutes here, we're going to see so many more teams falling because there's simply not enough terrain to accommodate all these teams. Yeah,
I mean, with the 18 teams that we have right now, I mean, not right now, but we start with, you're just seeing a completely different PUBG Mobile esports than what we're used to. And I'm actually loving it. I'm loving all this kind of fights that we're getting here towards the end. And going back to Enigma Galaxy, I know they ended up losing there, but I did appreciate that that player tried to get that elim. He was not expecting the other player to come in from that door, but hey, it happens, okay? It's Vampire Esports. You can't really be too harsh on yourself with the way Vampire Esports is playing right now.
All right, Donuts off this great game. Found some terrain inside the circle here. You can see on the minimap there inside on the northeast side. Have an idea that Virtual Gaming Squad is over there on the ridge that they have to push up on to once we see these next circles pop. Also a little bit live. You can see these players. Some are playing with 3 fingers, some are playing with 4. And most of them are playing with more than 2 for sure. See how it works out for Vivo Keat. Adrian on screen.
I was going to say, I'm not sure about that spot there for Star Wars Esports. I'm hoping that they do decide to go somewhere else because Vivo Kid is just currently zeroed in on them. And you can also see back-to-back just being on the on the horizon behind them too. This is going to be interesting what's happening to them because Vivo Kid is going to have to push at some point. They are outside that circle.
Yeah, the question is, do they drive past? Do they try to drive closer? Do they breach them? What's the situation with this? And now another situation with Box and Vampire Esports sharing. That's a nice shot from Stone straight into the helmet. It's going to save him. Now Juni is going to be trying to get into the circle. Let's see how deep he can go.
Ooh.
He cannot go deeper than that. That is down 1 key out and 14th with 2 eliminations.
Yeah, that rotation from that one key ended backfiring for them. But Stone, being able to go from one team to another team, snapping on them, doesn't matter which gun he's using. And guess what? We talked about Vivo Kid having to push in, and they decided to just, they didn't decide to drive by. They decided to just fully push into Star Wars Esports. And guess what? Back-to-back is going to be able to try to third party this here as we do see the fight ensuing. Star Wars Esports trying to back him up with some utilities. Grenades. Oh, action, please. Hit another one because that was almost on the money.
Yeah, it's almost like the director out there saying 1, 2, 3 action. Try to get some of that and put it on. That's a lot of damage being on to Cielo. And that is him out. That is Vivo Kid out in 13. 0 Ilims, considering that their early positioning was actually really good.
Yep.
Stalwart's able to defend it. I'm sure that they could have been worked out better if they decided to go for the full crash, right? Rather than try to get a little bit of an edge inside the circle in the middle and a little dip. It really doesn't work out that well for them. But now that also means that back-to-back, Stalwart, all these teams, they have to move across the street and try to get into some of these new compounds. All the terrain, there's a lot of open fields as well on the south side of Morph and Falcon here too.
And I was surprised there, J-Way actually decided to take a shot on this Star Wars Esports player. Why would you do that? They didn't even, I don't think they even knew you were there. Just focus on getting inside that circle. Don't focus on trying to get some cheeky kills because that's just not going to happen.
Virtual Gaming Squad. Let's see what you can do in this. Donuts are trying to get in, but Virtual Gaming Squad is putting pressure on them. One shot. Putting out a lot of shots. Donuts is trying to sneak in on the northern side here, above Falcons. And Virtual Gaming Squad, they are putting so much pressure onto Donuts right now. They want them off this high ground here. They are not inside the next circle, but they're waiting for long enough. Maybe it's because the Virtual Gaming Squad wants this new area that Donuts has decided to take. Let's see what happens with them. Naruto goes down. Lin goes down to the play zone. And Schweppes finds action from Stalwart where they have to rotate Missile, try to survive for as long as they can. And now Virtual Gaming Squad, they had to leave. Yep. That means that Donuts, they're able to survive.
Yeah, with Virtual Gaming Squad, they were waiting to see what was going to happen there with Donuts. Well, guess what? After Donuts, they are going to have Team Falcon. And Team Falcon right now is on a tear. Even though they are currently just sitting quietly, they're making sure they back up everybody. You do see Team Soul back-to-back just decides to send it. J7 being able to push it. Is he going to be able to make it? He's not able to make it. You can see a shot being able to secure that element. And that is huge because if he would have made it in there, oh, man, he would have been able to get some angles and it would have backfired absolutely for Team Soul.
And let's see what this next circle happens with. All the teams are being pushed in. 52 inside the gas station. That is another player gone down. That is very unfortunate for back-to-back. They get 1 elim and only 12th place, so not a lot of points from them for this game here. Vampire is being breached, and they are under siege by Stalwart. Meanwhile, Box is also third-partying them on the edge here. That's a good amount of pressure. 52 also in the kill feed, as you see. Now Stone, what can he do in this situation here? Fluke taking some damage. This is kind of clever by Stone here. Try to get out.
Talk about the moves there from Stone. Being able to throw in the Molotov, make sure they back him up, getting some knocks too with the Molotov, and he's able to rotate and secure those ilims. Huge play out of Vampire Esports. That's the fight that we've been wanting to see. And guess what? Box Gaming realizes, hey, this might be the time. If we're going to third party, let's third party right now. Box Gaming is starting to push the action.
Yeah, perfect time for them to box everyone in. This house, the long house here, Stalwart trying to get out. Still a knock in there. Stone cannot confirm it. He's outside. Top is on the other side. He healed up. The circle does go south, and that means a mayhem on the northern side. Falcon even has to move. Morph have to move. This is going to be an open field ending.
Yeah, with TJB currently having a little bit of cover there, it's going to be interesting. Star Wars Esports is going to be able to outlast Vampire Esports, but guess what? Box Gaming, this is going to be interesting how Action is going to be able to hold them off. I'm pretty sure he has already used a lot of utilities earlier with the fight with Vampire Esports. Box Gaming playing him slowly and finding the angles, and he does. That's Woo being able to eliminate their Star Wars Esports. It's okay. 7 ilims. Star Wars Esports is not at another third place that we're expecting out of you, but I respect the amount of points that you guys are being able to put up in regards to elims.
All right, look at that. Donuts with the revenge onto Virtual Gaming Squad. Basically another case of mutual destruction. And Virtual Gaming Squad just taken down as well. Donuts too, this is a rough situation for them. They had to get out of the north side, but they can't. They go down. TJB in this situation, healing off. He's actually inside the zone. 52 have to move. Box is on the southern side of this circle here. They actually have a lot of control. Could be a great game for Box.
It definitely can, and I think with the way right now Team Falcon set up, it could possibly be another top 3 finish for Team Falcon. They still have all the 4 players, and they're currently positioning themselves perfectly. I just want to make sure they don't end up getting knocked from any of the third parties. You can see TJB, even though he was healing, he decided to stand up a little bit more and just keep an eye on who might end up pushing him. Team Falcon needs to be careful with that. More trying to make the push. They're going to get aggressive, but Team Falcon is just on another level, being able to secure that elim and moving upwards and forwards. That right there might have just secured them at least a top 3.
And another great performance on Miramar for Falcons. I love what I'm seeing from this squad here. Yusuf finding Pharaoh, 52, in shambles right now. Question is, do they have enough utility, enough smoke to make this next one in here? TJB also a little bit of a nuisance for them. He's down here in this little hay bale shack, and they could potentially lose one player to it.
And I think it's been so long since the TJB player has actually done something that he might end up surprising the Team Falcon players. And yes, I noticed that too. Team Falcon, they saw Box Gaming all the way on the other side, and they're taking shots. The aggressiveness of this teams, and right now 52 is, oh man, it's not looking good for you. Okay, you have two teams looking at you, and yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to survive from that. But the TJB player, the one that's currently being able to survive, he might come into play later, unless Team Falcon knows that he's there, but I'm not sure, Avenger.
The question is, how much utility do they have? That's the decider of this one here. Now we see nades coming in. It is coming, a good nade. They're never alone from Falcon Esports. Finds him. That's TJB out. Another good performance from them now, but it means we're down to Box and Team Falcons.
And this is going to benefit, if Box Gaming can get into the zone, is going to benefit him in a big way. You can see Team Falcon, though, it's not slowing down. They're making the push. They didn't know that TJB player was there. They eliminated him. They were like, you know what? We need to take that spot, and we need to take it out and keep on moving forward. You can see the 52 esports player, though, being able to get the angle on both of the teams. Oh, that's going to be huge.
Vaz, I counted him out, basically. I didn't think he was going to survive that, but the players are not focused in on him. They thought they're one of the other teams potentially to take him out, so Falcons slightly forgot about him. And let's see how far he can take this one for 52. 8 eliminations for them. He finds a Box player, takes him down. Can he secure second place for 52?
52 esports currently just ruining the party for Box Gaming. We thought it was just going to be a Box Gaming versus Team Falcon versus. It's not going to happen. But guess what? Break from Box Gaming. He has to give out his position, just trying to back him up. And Team Falcons right now, they're setting themselves up perfectly. Team Falcons currently looking to take this win, ladies and gentlemen. They know where that player from 52 esports is at. Can they take it? You see Yusuf leading the charge. They know exactly where he's at. Here comes the grenades.
Finds one.
Oh, Vaz being able to actually back them up. Yusuf right there. Can he get the knock? You're so close to it. You're full health, and he's not, ladies and gentlemen. Team Falcon being able to get the win for Saudi Arabia. Woo.
They're able to convert this one, step it up, and do an even better game on the second game of Miramar today. Here's 7. They got second place last time, 6 eliminations, and now they're able to take it home. Look at the crowd. They're going wild for their home turf heroes.
I'm about to go wild for them. I'm so happy this team is performing this way. We've been talking about Saudi Arabia for a long time, and guess what? Their team is currently showing up, and they don't just want to win this. They also want to make sure they qualify to that after-party event happening next week. Wow, what a win. The aggressiveness that we're just seeing out of this team, they're not slowing down. It doesn't matter who it is, they're just going for it.
Yeah, super impressive performance. Right now, the teams that are able to do well on Miramar before, they're able to step it back up. TJB again going into that. Box stepping it up and actually showing what they're capable of. Also, they were in that compound. They were in a situation where they were fighting so many teams. Circle worked out for them quite well. Box able to get a lot of points out of this game too here, 7.
And I think it's I want to go back to the fight between Star Wars Esports and Vampire Esports. I feel like that's going to be happening a lot, and I'm all here for it. That's a fight that I want to see hopefully in the next match as well. Right now, honestly, for me, two of the best teams of this tournament so far. And can Team Falcon continue to spoil everybody's party?
Yeah, we have one more game to go, guys. That means that we have one more break and one more fantastic deck segment before we go to the last game of the day. So we're going to have a short break. We're going to go to the amazing disc, and they're going to break this game down further.
Well, they've been close many times, but Team Falcons have been able to take themselves a big win, and we could hear from the talent room, everyone in the audience just cheering and rooting for them, but for good reason. This team has been fantastic throughout the entirety of today. I know, James, we were talking about how, Vampire is definitely one of the strongest teams and have proven to be one of the strongest teams, and it's hard to catch up to them.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, Max, Falcons have been probably the most consistent team throughout today.
Yeah, the only way a team can really have put some shadow down on the results of Vampire are going to be Falcons and Star Wars if they close off with a banger game, which is what we just got from Falcons. And we were talking about it a lot. We're talking about their edge gameplay. That was like the definition of a good edge gameplay, and it's Falcons. It's textbook.
It was almost Destiny. We just come off the back of talking about it on the previous Death segment, and then they convert with that. As you watch them break down each circle and each circle, you can't play center in this circle. It's so open south of water treatment. You've got, obviously, it was 52, right, that had the gas station,
Yeah,
actually.
the gas station, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll talk about 52 in a moment and how well they play things out, but the fact that Falcons then makes this edge play constantly work, and then is pushing in against this, just, well, it makes us look okay here at the desk. It makes us look like we're earning some money well, but
you know what we're doing, yeah.
Yeah, very, very impressed by them.
I feel like that's kind of what you guys were theorizing, though. We were talking off air yesterday about how we expect teams to play, because you can't really zone up or center up really early with 18 teams, or expect it to be a lot more difficult, or is this maybe something else to discuss?
Depends on the circle, right? Of course, and we always have to take that into full account when it comes to this, but especially in a circle like this.
Yeah.
And we have seen previous games here, even just throughout the day, where we've seen a lot of heavy edge play, some successful, some not so successful. Falcon has shown us the trail of breadcrumbs to success with a lot of their edge play, and it's come to fruition in the previous game, not necessarily with a win, and it now comes to fruition in the form of a win. So we see that trend continue to develop.
Yeah, Falcons make me think of Indiana Jones, when they have the skull and they have the ants going all around. If they are playing edge, all the teams oh no, we're just going to go around. We are not fighting these guys. But looking at their player stats right now, it is great to see the team perform on this same level. And Never Alone in particular has been also a really big standout player in PMP Arabia. He's helped a lot of the team get the success, and here being one of the top players is not really surprising.
I mean, he might not be able to dunk basketballs, but he can dunk himself some eliminations.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he can. And I think something that I'm glad that they didn't dunk as well was ascend towards center. It can be a bit tempting in a circle like this to be is the circle going to shrink away from us? Do we have to send to maybe even that gas compound, or maybe to a hay bale, or maybe to kind of a blown out car somewhere or something like that? But they're not doing that. They're still kind of holding strong, holding firm, standing their ground on these edges, sweeping teams, and then taking out teams as they continue to enter the next circle and the next circle. So I really like it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that they played here is they were staying on the eastern side. The moment Box Gaming are eliminated, they know, okay, this is in the bag. Now we can allow ourselves to be aggressive, going for the push onto Vaz. Vaz did do, really well. Respect to him. I thought, like, oh, maybe, like, it was hard at the end of the day.
Well, you're talking about him, so why don't we actually take a look then at 52 Esports a second and take a look at their player stats. I did want to mention really quickly, by the way, the damage across all of these players. We've been talking, I think, for like a year about how there has been that transition of having those 1 or 2 superstars in your team to now you need everyone to be able to be a superstar at any given moment. Everyone needs to play well. You can't have those slackers or relax. And we do see Vaz, you guys mentioned, 834 damage coming through.
Yeah, and that's the point you brought up, right? That entire position here in the valley is not easy to play. There's not a lot of coverage. One piece of coverage is that gas station. And not only did they go to it really early, like they know the value of that position, but they were constantly taking shots because if a team pushes, it can be hard to defend. So they're just prematurely taking shots.
Yeah, and as I was alluding to with the idea of potentially Falcons trying to do the send, which obviously they didn't, but like other teams will try and make those sends towards something that is so valuable, like that gas station compound. Vaz, though, what a heroic effort from him to be able to pull a second place out of all that. He wasn't just shooting at Box, he was shooting at Falcons as well, whilst moving from terrain to keep himself covered. I mean, eventually he did go down, but securing a second place off the back of that after the circle moving away from gas station, very excellent play by Vaz.
They were in last place, weren't they, going to this match? Yeah, they were in last place with 1 point.
Alongside back-to-back, they were pretty low as well, I think.
Yeah. I mean, well, Nigma Galaxy were initially 17, and then they were able to shoot up. But I mean, for them to be last place again, 0 chicken dinners in PMPL Pakistan, and they come out with this second place finish is fantastic.
And actually, now that you mentioned that, that's actually sparked something in my brain. This was one of the teams that I was most concerned about because they won Pakistan without a chicken dinner. That's rare that you see that happen. And yes, okay, it shows a team that can be consistent about it. But there is that hurdle that you need to get over sometimes in terms of getting that chicken dinner to be able to become a great team. They didn't get the chicken dinner here. That's fair because Falcons was playing an excellent game. But if other things had gone slightly awry on the east side of the circle, that could have been 52 getting a chicken dinner here on the international stage.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, Jason, right, they were last place before this game. They were really struggling so far. But this was their redemption game. And I think that confidence boost for a team that has never played internationally, that is going to be huge for not only the last game of today, but also the next 2 days to come.
Max, you talked about VGS coming in from Africa, right? And how they're looking at this as, we're not going to win. We're not going to win most likely. But they want to use this as a learning experience. I wonder if it's the same thing here for 52 Esports, because if I remember correctly, they were always consistently in like top 3. But as we said, James, right, they never got a chicken dinner. If they can replicate that same level of consistency here now on an international stage, that'd be ridiculous. But also for a team like this is also a phenomenal learning experience. And I don't know if you've had the chance to talk to them to know if that's their plan.
Unfortunately, not all I know is that, like, with the meme war happening on social media, they want to beat Stalwart. You know, that is currently the team to beat for them. But it's like any team, right? The first time you make it into an international event, like, you will want to take that learning experience, a big exponential learning curve. They could have a surprise. Like, this game could be the start of something like magnificent for the team, but it's going to time to get there regardless. So still a really good game. Hopefully their confidence is going to jump up a few notches and they can stay up there for the time being.
Okay, well, I think it is time to head over to our STC match rankings in a second here to see how many points all the teams did get. Again, Falcons able to close things out with a lot of eliminations, with obviously the chicken dinner. To be fair, we've actually seen a lot of chicken dinners today with high elims, which is like very odd considering looking back at some of the PMPLs, they typically don't go hand in hand like this.
Yeah, I think we touched upon that a little bit earlier because you have 2 extra squads, you have 8 extra players in the lobby every single time. If you have one strong position, that position becomes even more valuable because you can capitalize on so many more extra eliminations off the back of that spot. So Team Falcons here get himself 15 eliminations, 15 placement points, good 50-50 split that you love to see. And really, we said it, there's only 2 teams that can really catch up to Vampire today because they've been consistent so far, and if they get a good finish, they could potentially overtake the first place. It is Falcons and Stalwart, and Falcons, they're looking really dangerous right now. And the edge play, they're currently on top.
I feel so bad for giving you such a hard time, Max, coming to this event, because I will say this, without denying, you were saying Team Falcons is a team to watch out for, and Team Falcons can easily surprise a lot of people out there. I was like, no way, come on. You got Reagan's coming in from China. Like, Chinese teams have always been phenomenal, and yet we're seeing them match in, match out, consistently have this performance, it makes me shut up, honestly. It's insane.
While we had them during the media days, and they were just feeling, they were super happy. They were just overjoyed to be present at this event too. And also their coach, Joyboy, is doing a great amount of work and research for the team. Like, they are feeling confident. If they don't get the win, I think they'll be like, oh, okay, it's cool. We still tried our best, but they are a team that's here to have fun. And I talked with Damar, like, they have this little, he does this little thing, like, to say, like, easy every single time he gets a win. So I'll show it once we're on camera, but they're feeling good.
I think it's also a great boon for them as well, playing in front of a home crowd effectively.
So many fans out there.
We heard those final moments as Falcons isn't even necessarily, they don't even have the win secured just yet, but you can still hear them going crazy, knowing that Falcons is approaching the win, right? And then when they get it, they're absolutely fanatical about supporting this team. So I think for Falcons, that's going to be an extreme morale boost. Not only the fact that they're playing these edge plays very well, getting conversions on their points, but also the fact that they have the home crowd with them. And that will pay dividends moving into the next days.
It is like the fifth man, right? Fifth or sixth man, I mean, depending on how you look at it.
We got a lot of subs in PUBG Mobile.
we definitely do.
Seventh, eighth man, I don't know.
Well, we are talking a lot about Team Falcons. Why don't we actually take a look into them once again here? Maybe Never Alone can hit some basketball shots this time.
Uh, 2018. Okay, nice. I think it's in Dubai Star Challenge. Won by RRQ. Ah, okay. 2022, maybe 200 million. That's close to $1 billion. Is it Livic? Okay. EWM. Like 1,200. 800? Okay, I thought it was more than 1,000. I forgot its name, but it has a McLaren skin, Lamborghini skin. I forgot its name. The coupe, yeah, jet ski or something. The motorcycle, does it count? Snowmobile, yeah. Classic match, it's 100, and tournament lobby, it's 64. The location is in Dubai. Prize pool is probably 4 million, 3 million, 2 million. 2 million. I thought it was a lot. Winner, Nova Sport. The winner is Team Falcons.
He's right. there was the first question in there, I believe, right? When was the first official LAN? And you were quite angry by his answer, weren't you?
Well, you know,
not angry.
Maybe. It wasn't really the first one, but I was there. Seven was there in Dubai. 4-star challenge. It's a good time. We had a power outage for a moment, but we were fixed. We had a impromptu talent show. If Seven remembers, he's laughing in the distance. I can see him. It was interesting.
Could be worse. it could be an event outside in Dubai in the middle of summer.
Zute breakdanced. Zute breakdance.
It was that?
Yes, it was
hey,
that.
whoa. We need to bring Zute out here, and him Avenger can have a breakdance
Exactly.
off.
Both Zute and Avenger were like second place in 1998 in their high school championships in breakdancing. It's impressive. Actually, Zute might have been first.
I don't think Zute was born
but
yet,
Avenger was second.
1988.
Yeah,
I don't think Zute was born in 1988. Let's be honest. Come on. Actually, I think I might be right on that. Am I right? I might be right on that. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a lot of fun here. I want to give once again a shout out to Savvy as they have been putting this entire event on for us and making sure it is possible and making sure that they can bring us here today to make it entertaining for all of you guys at home. Because, of course, that is what the show is about. Us. I'm kidding. Obviously. I'm kidding. Obviously about the players. Let's take a look at the overall settings, though, and get an idea of where the teams do stand. And Vampire still have the lead, but not by that much.
That is way closer than I expected initially after that. But that was a 30-point game they just got right, and they were consistent all day. Again, there.
It's rare you see two teams on a first opening day kind of stand out quite the way these two teams have, which is extremely impressive. Normally you only get one, and normally they end up with something ridiculous, like a 30-point lead over second place, and then teams have to do the catch-up. However, Team Falcons being 70 points deep, whilst Vampire Esports has done what they have done so far, that is a testament to the catch-up that we've seen from them over these 5 games. That is extreme here from Falcons, and I'm excited to see if they can even surpass it in the last game, that would be excellent.
It is possible. Like one other banger like that, and they're feeling super confident off the back of that game. They're getting yourself a chicken dinner. The edge play is great. It could happen here.
I'm going to go into this as a devil's advocate now, right? Because it is fantastic to come into the first day of an event like this, a 3-day event, again, keep in mind, and put on a performance like this. But that doesn't mean their job's done. Yeah, they have 2 more days to play, but what I'm talking about is when you're done with this final match today, your job isn't done for the day. You have so much review to do. You have so much prep to do because you now know every team is looking at you, how you're rotating, where you're dropping, what you're doing, because they're gunning for you. The job doesn't get easier just because you have a strong day one for a team like Team Falcons. You have to continue to improve and be better every day.
What works today could not work tomorrow. That's the thing. So you need to be able to adapt.
That's the interesting fact about Falcons and currently being able to, in inverted commas, dominate that edge play style, right? Generally, when we see a tournament go on further and further and further, you navigate away from that edge play style into more central play generally because teams then understand how other teams are playing and the risks that they can take to gain a central position, which usually provides you a bit more of an advantage. So as days go on, maybe Falcon has a bit of a harder time if they continue to lean on the side heads.
You can see that happening on like a PMPL tournament, right? Like a month-long event. On 3 days, having that much adaptation on like such a short period of time, I don't think it will impact them as much as we think, but it's their job to do the research, not mine. So we'll see.
Potentially.
Well, gentlemen, we did talk about 52 Esports being at the bottom of the table before that last match. They've actually jumped up to 13th place. But Max, you talked about this before, right? Yes, there is a large lead towards the top, but that means the teams in the middle and down towards the bottom of the pack are extremely close. So one good match can shoot you up. However, 1 or 2 bad matches, as Enigma's Galaxy's case, can drop you back down to second to last. But one team that surprised me here, Claris in particular, Damwon Kia. We talked about them so much when it came to PMGC, surprising us by winning the East League, and now they're in 16th place.
I think the lobbies have been a little bit chaotic so far here across our 5 games. I think Damwon Kia is a team that doesn't necessarily thrive in chaos. They thrive in the planned. They thrive in being able to control positions. And right now, that's not happening and not going their way here so far. So maybe as days go on, but as Max says, it's a short period of time to try and adapt.
Exactly. It's going to be pretty hard for them. I'm actually impressed not impressed. I'm surprised that Aton are not as any high on the leaderboards because they brought Senatexa to the table, right? And I was like, well, Senatexa, that's a big addition. He's got LAN experience. He has played internationally against some of the best teams in the world. Like, that could help the team step up. Like we saw it was like S2G in the past with Silas. It does help out. But so far, no success has been seen.
I mean, the question comes, how do they utilize him, right? Yeah, you can bring the best player in the world on a team, but it doesn't necessarily come down to individual skill. A lot of the times it comes down to, well, are they making him play the style of his team? Or are they changing the team's play style towards him? How are things synergizing? Like, there's a lot of other factors that go into it besides just bringing, all right, give me Ryzen. All right, now I'm on the best team in the world. It doesn't work like that.
I have the impression a good example to demonstrate this is actually S2G, where they brought Silas to a roster of teams of, like, technically no names at the start, right? And his playstyle, his knowledge has spread to the team, and now every single player can say of SGG, like Kalsi, are just standout players of their region.
Yeah.
I think that's how you should have one player that's like a star join a team, is have him educate the rest of your squad and level up the team as a whole.
That's fair, because when I was watching their region, I felt like maybe S2G could have even qualified. It was very close to actually getting to this portion of the tournament. They will be in the after party show, but for now, yeah, that's a good point.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get into our final match of the day, but not before I remind you guys about the meme contest that is currently still happening. You guys can change your profile, or there's a meme contest, there's another contest where you change your profile picture on your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever it might be, to your favorite team, and make sure you're commenting on the official channels to get a chance to win a prize. But also, you can make your own memes. I'm hoping Maxman makes some because he has very good ideas when it comes to that. And if you guys post on your own pages, making sure to tag PUBG Mobile Esports, you will be able to also have a chance to get a win. We got a minute left, as you can see, towards the top right-hand side. It's going to be Erangel to finish off the day, and that's going to be none other than the handsome gentleman, albeit one taller than the other, Seven Worlds Gaming, and Avenger.
Yeah, and it's not even close. He's taller by like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really do anything about it. I
say it to my face.
I got it in here to the world like that, right? So you can't do much. Sometimes you're tall, sometimes you're not so tall, but you're fantastic handsome anyway, right? So it's beautiful.
I'm just happy the camera didn't show us when I'm in the middle of Avenger and Jason, because if the camera does show it, I'm just gonna look so short. And to be honest, I'm actually standing on a box, so
yeah,
it's a lie. My height is a lie right now.
Yeah, you look tall, but
All right,
Well,
let's see. Let's see if we can make magic happen.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Wait for it.
Oh, even smaller, but you're fantastic in a way.
I'm fun
Wait,
size. I'm fun size, okay?
you're
size.
fun size, right? Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jason, for stepping in for the basketball contest here. But we have the last game of today. It's going to be our third and last game, or the third wrangle and the last game of the day. 6 games total so far, and we've seen some very impressive moments in games so far. Here's 7.
Question for you. I'm going to put you on the spot, Avenger. Vampire Esports.
Right.
Top 3 finish, yes or no?
In the whole thing to this
No. In this upcoming Arrow.
On this upcoming Arrogant. Ooh.
Keep in mind, they got up first place in the first one with 24 Ilms,
yeah,
and then a second place with 13 Ilms. Can they get a top 3 in this next Arrow?
I must say no. We're going to break it, and I think they're going to have a hard one here. But you're also going to see our fantastic playing path for this one, obviously brought to you by Sony Xperia, their official smartphone partner here for this event here at Gamers8. Thank you so much for joining us. But this plane path here, it's going to go over the southwestern side on the military base here, 7. And it's going to go over to Georgia Pole. There's so much hard terrain that is not going to be able to be reached without a long rotation with a car. We're talking prison. We're talking Milta. We're talking Esnaya.
Yep.
If even Servant is going to be a hard one with a rotation far. So let's see what happens. But so far, as we've been seeing and what we've been talking about, Falcons and Vampire, they have been doing so well. I'm so happy to see that a home turf hero here is going to be able to step it up. And right now, being second place, that is super, super impressive. But as we've been witnessing so far right now, Vampire, they are 30 points ahead of third place. That is nearly unheard of in a stage like this, where we have 18 teams competing, the best out of their regions. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, and after match, I think it was match 3, we thought, okay, Vampire Esports is performing really well, but Star Wars Esports, it's also being super, super consistent. They ended up getting those back-to-back third place finishes. But after that, they ended up with the 15th place, 0 Ilms, and then the 9th place, 7 Ilms. Yeah, they were able to make up some points there in regards to those 7 Ilms, but Star Wars Esports wants to continue to get within those top 5 places.
7, I cannot believe the circle we are seeing right now on our screen. It is more than 500 meters away from our plane path. We have like 5 teams that's going to be inside the first circle when they land and start looting. This is going to be an insane game. Right now, back-to-back, they're trying to get redemption.
Oh!
But trust me, from Box is able to close that one out. Let's see, he's going to be able to get another one out here. J-Way. Try to go for the rest, maybe.
And he's going to actually be aggressive. He's going to try to go for it. It does backfire.
Too.
Polo says, sit down. You're not going anywhere. Leave my friends alone. But
Back
guess
up.
what? Box is going to be able to back it up, too.
Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Box Gaming is out in 18th place. We've not played more than a couple of minutes, and they are out to our current bottom team. Maybe not after this, but back-to-back have had rough games today. Maybe this one can set them up for greatness here in the last one.
Yeah, I mean, if we go look at the record, they have back-to-back bad games.
Oh, no.
Hopefully this is the time where you're just going to cut that off and then Polo there. I mean, good job back-to-back. That's what you want to see out of them.
Exactly.
And guess what?
Oh, more mayhem.
They try to rotate, and no, it's not going to happen. Back-to-back, not being able to get penalized on that great star, and now it's going to be just J7 by himself, and you know RSG is going to hunt them down as they're looking at them.
M16 in hand. 2 of the guys are very low, DD and GZ. They are low, but they're pushing up. J7 holding the stairs. Right now, M16, no first aids. It's in a rough situation for this one. We hear get some reloading going on downstairs. That's going to be a fun one for the DPS. He finds one. Lightning goes down, goes deep. This is exactly what I love to see in this situation here. First player, when you have a compound breach like this, first player always goes deep, so he's going to be focused on, and then the rest of the guys can just surge in. So not even, they're able to secure everything. They're able to stay 4 guys alive here. Fantastic play and fantastic executions by Reckons.
Yeah, and I mean, it goes to show these teams are here for a reason, right? They are the original winners from their PMPLs in early, pretty much the spring split. So everybody.
Oyunun başladı. Hadi vur.
Please recall me. Got it. I need a scope. Help! Help! Help! Help! Please recall me. Enemies ahead. Search for vehicles. Please recall me. I'm recalling a teammate. Thanks. I got supplies.
Oğlum bu canı götürdün mü sen yarar sen bir dakikadayla mı? Ne demek? Başlamıştır. Güzel de. Bak insan şunu düşüyor ama burada canı çıkarsa. Sanki güçsüzdü. Burada ben bazen güçsüz oluyor. Olamam. Kalau jadi mana kita jadi? Kalau udah hat, jam ini sih, karena kata seharusnya jam bisa juga. Şimdi burada her başta 3-4 tane oyuncu var. Waktu baru keluaran dulu aja.
Watch out! Watch out!
Ya bitirmesine izin vermeyin ya.
Please recall me. I'm recalling a teammate. Thanks. Help! Help!
Hiç aklımda önünde bakmadım. Bir canım çok
Please recall me. Help!
Neredeymiş lan? Anasını başını sikeyim onu.
I need a weapon. I got supplies.
Ay. Sen yaparım yanıltır mısın? Onlar nerede? Dışarıdadılar. İşten nerede? İşte bu. Hepsi oradadır. Ailede. Hanedanın. Tamam. Evet. Sen ne istiyorsun yani? Evet. Dört yolda 21. Ha. Ne? Hiç dört bakalım. Hı? Bakalım. Sen kimse gitmiş. Kimse gitmiyor. Adamlar yakalı. Yani bu bakara nereye getiriyor? Yani gidiyor ara sıra. Tek başına. Nasıl? Biz tek başımıza gidiyoruz biz. Siktir anladım. Sanayiden hep bakır çarı. Evet. Saat kaçtı? Nereden bileyim? Var. Siktir. Siktir ananı siktir ya. Bir çocuğu.
Please
Ha burada.
recall me.
Hadi çabuk. Çabuk.
I'm recalling a teammate.
Ha pal.
Thanks.
Şimdi o anası ismi. Günce anan ismi. Ne güncesi? Oo.
Третий, вот. Özlesen.
Lan siktir
I need
git
a
sikerim
weapon.
lan ya. Bot. Gitti abime versin. Asabi ban yedi.
Don't give up. Your teammates can still recall you. Please recall me.
Alo üçüncü.
Search for vehicles. Enemies ahead.
Qo'limdan bilasizmi aka? Yangi chiqqan avim.
Please recall me.
Uchinchi. Alo uch. Hadi bu da gel aka.
Please recall me. Got it. I'm recalling a teammate. Thanks.
Magasiga zo'ram raqabati qarang. Zo'ram raqabati bilalasizmi? Bilalasizmi? Oldik. Odam yo'q, voyga bizda.
Faqat to'padingni olyapmanmi?
Voy bilan. Aka bilolmay netib turing yana. Tezan. Yalla bizda uni bilash kerak. Давай.
I got supplies. Watch out! Awesome. Marked a location. I'm recalling a teammate. Thanks. Don't give up. I'm recalling a teammate. Can still recall you. Thanks. Fall back to safe zone. Form up on me. Marked a location. On my way. Marked a location. Fall back to safe zone. Watch out! Watch out! Help! Impressive. I need consumables.